Okay, sure.
We'll have a nice little chug. But yeah, we should be live, beauty.
I don't know if I can chug this. It's like ice cold.
You're good. You don't have to chug it. I'm definitely chugging one though.
Yeah, dude, this thing's ice cold. I can't chug this.
Yeah, you're good, fam. And there's so many guys I want to write about. This is insane.
Yeah. I don't know if we should spoil this yet because we haven't announced it yet. So I don't know if you spoil too much of it.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. Yeah, we're
good. Okay. So Jared in the chat, first one, Huge.
Beauty. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm gonna close some of these tabs. I'm so pumped, bro. I'm so pumped for fucking film season. Just sitting down, grabbing yourself a nice coffee, get a game on. Especially
I'm not a coffee and film grinder guy. I'm a pint and film grinder guy.
Respectable, bro. No cap. That glass of
Ryan
wine,
Ginger too.
That glass of wine hits different too when you're grinding some film.
Yeah, I'm like, for me, drinking wine to me, I have to have with like food.
Fair. What's up, Jared? Yo, Robert Williams in here too. The Celtic great himself. I've had two. Gonna chug one when we start for real.
Yeah. So I graduated school today, so that's why I have a beer right now at 3:30 in the afternoon. But I was gonna chug one, but these are all like literally ice right now, like ice cold. And if I try and chug this, it's gonna be very difficult.
For sure. Okay, so just nobody knows what we're talking about yet, but I have 8 right now. I think that's enough.
That's still probably too many, dude.
Yeah, I might cut it down still.
I'd cut it down and make sure you see what you're in charge of, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to pick a lot, pick them from that one because that's the one you're in charge from. Like if you're going to pick, like if you want to pick extras or whatever, like I would try and limit yourself to 2 of the big categories and 1 from the other one, like I did.
Got you. All right. Yeah. I'll figure it out regardless.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate that, Robert.
There you go, Robert. Hey, this guy's done school. I'm done exams. We're chilling. We're big chilling.
I've been in school since September of 2016. That's how long my program was.
What? How were you in college in 2016? That's crazy to me.
I graduated high school June 2016.
That's crazy to me, man. I graduated. To be fair, I stayed back for next year, but I graduated in 2019. Yeah. So that makes sense then because you're freaking.
I'm 2 years older than you, and I went right after high school. So
yeah, no, it's just crazy to process, you know. Sorry, Fisherman. We'll get to your question right now. Need one for flex. Mostert, Marvin Jones, J.K. Dobbins, Mike Evans. That one's pretty simple for me. It's J.K. Dobbins against the Jaguars. I mean, that boy is going to feast. So get ready, especially.
And you already have Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones too as your starting running back, so you could afford to do a big ceiling play like Dobbins. I mean, Mike Evans. If this was like a full PPR league, I'd be considering Mike Evans because then as a receiver he gets a bit of a bump up. But I like either Dobbins or Evans, but I'd probably lean Dobbins as well.
By the way, just talking about, I'll mention NFC South receiver real quick. This guy fucking Michael Thomas. What a bum. What a bum. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, if I make the championship next week, I don't know what I'm going to do because my one receiver I can actually trust is Brandon Cooks. And I don't even know if I can fully trust him, first of all. My other receivers are literally like Chark, Gage, fucking Peoples Jones, Denzel Mims. I'm like,
why is your team so bad?
Oh, my receivers are terrible. Because my
mine aren't very good in my league either. I have AJ Brown, Brandon Ayuk, T Higgins, and DJ Chark as my receivers.
Yeah, because I'm 5 deep at running back. Got Lamar Jackson, got TJ Hawkinson. So like the rest of my team just carries. So I only needed decent production from my wide receiver 2 spot, which
same.
My 2 receivers that I had were MT and Cooks, which is still solid to begin with.
Yeah.
Now with MT out, like I scooped up Traquan Smith because I had an extra spot, but I don't fucking expect anything from that dude because he sucks. But hopefully all that means is that Kamara has even more of a ceiling.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I mean, if I win a championship with that log jam going in at wide receiver 2, it's going to be because of Alvin Kamara. Like
I'm probably like, if I win my championship, it'll be with AJ Brown and Brandon Ayuk, pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair. What should I do? Lim Bowden, Jeff Wilson, or Sony Michel because Harris is out? Pick one. I like Lim Bowden, but
is Damian Harris out? I didn't even see that news.
I didn't even realize that, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't even see that news. We're slacking out here.
I know. You're too busy graduating from frickin' college, and I'm too busy watching all 22 for Alabama.
Yeah, Damian Harris is out.
That's crazy. Either way, I'm probably still leaning Wilson there because the matchup is that good against Dallas. Like, I mean, even if Michelle gets a good role, like
I don't trust Sony. I wasn't even that excited. Like even with Damian Harris healthy, I had Damian Harris 3 spots higher than Jeff Wilson, and Damian Harris is a far superior back to Sony Michel. And I know 100% that Damian Harris gets the work when he's on the field, which we don't know about Sony Michel.
For sure. So yeah, I would go with Wilson there, but honestly, like I would actually be tempted at Bowden here. I don't think he's gonna get a lot of work. Obviously, as a running back, he might spot in a few carries with Gaskin out, but the way he's been involved as a receiver gives me a lot of excitement for him. Either way, though, I think Jeff Wilson's role is much more secure, so I would go with Jeff Wilson here, Aaron. Pizza or pizza rolls, full PPR. Well, I'm Italian, so I'm gonna stick.
I'll go with pizza.
I'll stick with the pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's fair, yeah. If you're talking about like a calzone, you know, we could talk about that. But
Panzos.
Fucking Panzerotti, man. Oh, but when I hear pizza rolls, I just think of like the pizza pockets or something like that stuff from like Walmart and stuff.
Yeah. I played my contrarian plays in my DFS lineup. I have Zach Moss as the MVP in this game.
Respectable.
Or no, sorry. I have Zach Moss and Stephon Diggs that I played. Stephon Diggs is the MVP. And then I played, I think, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Jerry Jeudy as the other 3 guys.
I set my lineup for FanDuel for this upcoming Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was able to fit all of Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, and I think my third running back there was J.K. Dobbins in that lineup. So I'm pretty excited. Bad. Oh, no. I switched to Cam Akers. So I upgraded from Dobbins to Akers.
I made a Saturday special lineup too. I don't know if you can see that.
That's awful. I see that boy A-Rod and Aaron Jones at the top. Zach Moss, Devontae Adams, looking like a solid.
And then at the bottom there, I got a bit of a contrarian play with Lazard over MVS because the matchup is better for him. And then I got the Broncos D against Josh Allen. He could throw a pick 6 or something.
I hope so. I play against him.
Yeah,
just came out an hour ago. That's wild.
Yeah.
Need one for running back, receiver, and flex. So you're starting 3, and one of them has to be a receiver here, basically. So the receiver for me is obviously AJ Brown, like not even close. The running back for sure, in my opinion, is Akers, and then
I think it's close between Akers and Davis, and Montgomery too. I think they're all like back to back. I think for me.
Yeah, like I personally will go Akers, Montgomery, and Brown, but like Montgomery and Davis are like that for me. I think I honestly have it Akers 8. Montgomery 9 and Davis 10 right now. So
I have it Akers 10, Mike Davis 11, David Montgomery 12. I literally have them back to back.
Yeah, same. So, but I have it starting at 8. So either way, Akers is the common denominator for us. And then at that point, Montgomery versus Davis, it's a coin flip. I would say Montgomery, Corey would say Davis. So hopefully that helps you. But the other spot, obviously the receiver spot, is going to be AJ Brown, and the set running back's going to be Cam Akers. So got you set there, Russ the Muss. Who's the starting running back in Miami? It figures to be DeAndre Washington for this week.
Alvin Ahmed is questionable, apparently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's questionable, and DeAndre Washington has seen in the past 2 healthy games he's played 35 combined touches.
If Sullivan Ahmed plays, though, I would play him over DeAndre Washington.
Yeah, I would as well. But like I'm going under the assumption whenever I see the questionable tag that they're out, and then I adjust accordingly afterwards.
Next question.
My boy. Big boy Mosh, eh?
Yes. No. Oh, wait. No, sorry. No, I misread the question.
Do you think that's a Jamison Crowder?
No, I thought he said, is it crazy to start Zach Moss over James Conner? Like, no, it's not crazy to do it, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, so Tom, if I had an answer for this, I wouldn't have to make this decision in my current fantasy league. I am going with Brady. I have this exact start-sit decision, and I am going with Brady. So if that answers your question, that is what I'm doing, mainly because Rojo being out and the Falcons not being able to run the ball either. I just think there's going to be a lot of passing in this game. Plus, Deshaun Watson is going to be David Johnson's back in the lineup, and I think that's going to give them a higher propensity to run the ball, especially inside the 10-yard line, which is where Watson has been pretty decent for a rushing touchdown type production.
Yeah, I would still go Watson, and that's the argument we basically had all week.
Are we going to have to do a bet about this? Because
we might have to, honestly.
I mean, this is like a double whammy shame bet if I lose this, though.
Yeah, facts. That's a lot.
You know what needs to happen? They both need to have 35 points. So the right decision was always both of them.
I'm writing it down right now.
Wait, are we allowing 40+ yard plays? Is that part of it?
What is that?
Well, in my league, that's the decision I face.
Fair, I guess.
Let me know if I'm crazy. Do you guys play in leagues where you get bonus points for 40+ yard plays? Because I do, in every league that I'm in, pretty much.
Okay, I said it. I said plus 40-yard plays just because it's Bush's decision. It's Bush's lineup. Mike Davis or Swift this week. I think they're like back-to-back again for me.
I have Swift at 8 and Davis at 10. So I personally would go DeAndre Swift. Swift is 100% the riskier play, I would say. But I also don't think Mike Davis is a slam dunk by any means, just because there's a chance that Green Bay just absolutely runs away with this game. And but that doesn't really happen to Carolina so far this year. I think they're going to be able to keep it relatively close. So I think I would go Davis if you need a floor, Swift if you need a ceiling.
I have Swift at 11 and Davis at 10, and I fully agree with Davis as a floor, Swift as a ceiling here. So yeah. Mike Davis over Swift, Josh. Okay, you got Tom's answer as well. So that's a little 2-1 right there for Davis. He's a much safer play, but again, yeah, it depends on your scenario. If you need the ceiling or the floor here. We got the boy Ian in here. He says Drake or Swift PPR. Drake over Swift if Edmonds is out? Question mark. Does Stafford playing put Swift over Drake either way? I have Swift ahead of Drake.
I think Swift over Drake is there either way. I haven't even the way I had DeAndre Swift at 8 before I found out Stafford was playing. Yeah. So I'm probably not going to move him any more up, but I think with Stafford playing, that can only help the offense. So
I currently have Drake at 17. So
yeah, Drake and Swift to me are pretty different. I have Drake at 19. He'd be at 18, but I still haven't taken Rojo out just because they haven't fully declared him out yet. But once Rojo gets declared out, which I expect to happen, then Drake will be at 18 for me.
By the way, Duke Johnson's out too.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
So I mean, I have to start David Johnson, but
with Duke Johnson out, David Johnson should definitely get like 16 to 20
carries.
That's
what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I still feel comfortable. I might actually move David Johnson ahead of Zeke.
There you go. I already had it.
I think I'm gonna move him ahead of Melvin Gordon too.
You know how high I have David Johnson ranked.
Since when did we become David Johnson stands on this?
I don't even like him. I don't know.
And he's my RB 22 now. I have him ahead of Kareem Hunt.
There you go. I don't even like him. Tampa Brady. Yeah, facts.
This needs to be the game. This needs to be the 400-yard passing day and like 4 touchdown game. For my sake, for everyone's sake.
Hopefully for
I need fantasy production.
I want to see AB snap just for the shits.
And I'm cool with that because I play against Mike Evans on the team that I'm starting Brady. So
yeah, those are some fun rules there.
I've played in a league with 100-yard rushing performance bonuses before.
Yeah, I think honestly my league's adding big plays in.
Yeah, see, to me, that's why I always have Tyreek as my wide receiver 1, is because I play in leagues with bonuses. Like the way the bonuses work in my league is 2 points for a 40+ yard play and 5 points for a 40+ yard touchdown.
Okay, so yeah, that's why
like Tyreek is a big upgrade in that kind of scoring format, right? Because he's going to catch 3 or 4 of those a year, right?
Yeah, and that's why you don't draft Michael Thomas in that league.
Yeah. I mean, Devontae Adams has been pretty good for those kind of plays.
Yes. He
had one last week.
Man, what will always define Devontae Adams is he's not like the fastest or the most agile guy in the league. But
he's not bad at anything.
Smooth. He's so smooth. And if you watch,
he does it at all 3 levels, which is something Michael Thomas doesn't do.
A-Rod's deep ball placement, we already know, is superb. But the way Devontae Adams is really able to stack the opposing corner and make that just such an easier throw for Aaron Rodgers is ridiculous. And we'll quickly get to Aaron afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Got the $20 super chat from Rolando. Appreciate that a ton. My bad. Little Canadian accent there. He says, in the playoffs, thank you. I have a tough week this week. I have Matt Ryan as my super flex, and he sucks without Jones. Should I gamble with Gabriel Davis? Can't have another 8 points from him. Also, Snell if Connor's out? ?
Would you? Okay, if James Conner's out, I actually would consider that and play Snell over Matt Ryan. But I think you can't play Gabriel. You can't play Gabriel Davis over Matt Ryan. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do that. What I would do in that situation is I 100% agree with you. I think Matt Ryan is not good without Julio Jones.
I agree.
in the interest of giving you all the available information, the Tampa Bay Bucks defense has been much more favorable against quarterbacks these past couple weeks. Obviously, I went over it on the ranking show, but mainly because teams that had good protection were able to throw the ball on them because their pass rush wasn't getting home and their secondary wasn't holding up for very long, which most secondaries don't. But if Benny Snell is the lone back there and James Conner is out, I think I would start him over Matt Ryan.
I agree. I mean, again, Snell in an open backfield against Cincinnati with that positive game script. We've already mentioned that we think the Steelers are going to go up early and often in this game. They're just going to pound the rock for basically the entire game.
Injured though? Like I don't.
I think it's his quad.
Okay, so the weird the shitty thing about that though is that they play Monday night, right? So you're probably not going to know before you have to play Matt Ryan. So I'd probably stick with Matt Ryan unless we hear something in the next 24 hours or less. About James Conner not playing, because if you have to wait to see if James Conner is playing, then you're going to be screwed and not going to be able to start anyone.
Yeah, unless you hear like an update tomorrow about maybe his potential progress towards that Monday night, I would just put Matt Ryan in the lineup.
I think I wouldn't risk it unless I hear 100% he's out Monday night.
That's fair. No, but 100% I agree with you there. Matt Ryan without Julio Jones, I mentioned it in the ranking show, is averaging just over 12 points per game this year.
Did we skip Tisha's question? Melvin Gordon or Robbie Anderson PPR? Did we get to that?
We went straight to the super chat.
No, this happened a while ago.
Oh, what?
Back up after the pizza roll.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll get there.
Did we answer that? I don't know if we answered that or not.
We didn't. We'll get back. But again, appreciate the 1999 super chat from Rolando here. As we said, though, just put Matt Ryan in the lineup. If you hear tomorrow prior to Matt Ryan's game starting that Connor's 100% going to be out, then you can pivot to Snell. But aside from that,
I think Matt Ryan is probably going to have a bit better of a game than most people anticipated. Probably be like I don't think it's going to be a 30-point game or anything, but I think he has like a 10 to 18-point game, which I don't think you could say about any of those other options that you have there.
Fully agree there. Again, also appreciate the super chat. Sorry about that, Tisha. I'm not sure if we skipped it or not, but looking at this question, I would go with Robbie Anderson especially in a full PPR.
I don't really like Robbie Anderson's matchup, but I still would go with him, especially in a full PPR. Melvin Gordon doesn't really get that much receiving work, so that's not enough for him to see any kind of bump up in a full PPR league. Robbie Anderson is likely going to be seeing some Jair Alexander in coverage, which isn't very good, but I still think he should be fine in this game in terms of full PPR. He should catch a couple balls.
Agreed. So we left off here at Aaron. He says Gronk, Goddard, Hurst, pick one. It's Gronk, and it's not close for me personally.
I mean, Goddard's been pretty good, but I think I would go with Gronkowski. This is a game that you expect Tampa Bay to be able to throw the ball in this team, and any kind of game script like that, especially in the red zone where they don't have Ronald Jones now. They should be looking to throw more in the red zone than they usually are, because Leonard Fournette, I can already picture it in my head. We're going to be first and goal, and Leonard Fournette's going to get stuffed twice in a row, and it's third and goal, and they throw the ball to Gronkowski on third and goal. So basically, Gronk is a touchdown. Like, that's what you need out of Gronk at this point in his career. He's not going to get 100-yard games too often. He got one against the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago, but I don't anticipate that happening too often. So, I think he has a good opportunity for a touchdown in this game. And I think Goddard is a fine play as well, but I would go with Gronkowski.
Hey, he had it against the Chiefs. Maybe we see something similar to Jared Cook this week. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Who's the best fantasy advice on YouTube? Why is it Fantasy Stock Exchange?
Couldn't tell you.
Be like Tyler.
Yeah.
There you go. Respect. Chase Edmonds might not play. Oh, yeah. We saw that as well.
Yeah, I think even if Chase Edmonds doesn't play, I think that moves Kenyon Drake more towards like RB13 around Chris Carson area, just ahead of someone like J.K. Dobbins around where James Robinson is for me.
I actually dropped Carson a little bit in my rankings.
I did too. I have him at 13.
I have him lower. I have him at 17 right now.
Oh, okay. That's
the reason why, again, the matchup.
My only thing with Carson is that I can't put him below someone like J.K. Dobbins just because the volume is much more guaranteed for him.
Reason why I mention it is because Rashad Penny is actually expected to play in this game, and the matchup as a whole against Washington is still tough as it is.
I don't expect Rashad Penny to do much more than Carlos Hyde would do, though.
I mean, I guess, but like just adding another back to the backfield, we've always seen that for whatever reason when Pete Carroll has an assortment of backs.
Yeah,
like in the past. Obviously, this year it's more so just been Carson, but when Penny's been active, when guys in the past, like even like Thomas Rawls back in the day, just random guys will always seem to get work for the Seahawks. I don't know why, because Carson is a fantastic, in my opinion, running back in real life, top 15 or 20 or so type running back. And they just don't want to commit to a full workload in him. But we've actually seen this year he's gotten more of a leash. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens with Penny.
But
Back
either way, I would still start Swift over Drake, even if that is the case.
Appreciate that. Wait, yeah.
Sorry.
That's what I said. Appreciate that too. And you're probably like, wait, what are you answering for me? So Rolando, another $4.99 super chat. Appreciate that.
Our minds out here.
Yeah. If you guys are going to sell an in-depth draft guide for next year, let me know. You have a subscriber for life. Great job, guys.
Don't spoil it yet. We have something in the works for our rookie draft guide, and we will also have one for the season for redraft season next year. But our dynasty guide will be out before the NFL draft, and we're working with some other guys on that. So you guys stay tuned for that. It's gonna be really dope.
Oh, we got some big things planned for the channel. You guys want to stay tuned for that because I'm already starting that film grind. I know Corey's going to start soon as well. I mean, I was just watching some Bama O today, and y'all will hear what my thoughts are on that team because it's pretty fun to watch.
Again, Chas, Robert.
Yeah.
Or Robert, Rolando. I'm looking at Robert's question as I'm saying that.
Yeah, you're good. Appreciate that a ton, though, Rolando. It means a lot. Guys, very important question. Godwin, Ty, or Corey Davis? I would go in order. Godwin.
They're all so close for me in my rankings. I'd go with Godwin first, Corey Davis, and then T.Y. Hilton. But, man, Godwin and Corey Davis is the really close one. That one is so close because both guys are in situations where the other options in their offense could take away from them. Like Mike Evans could have a big game and take away from Chris Godwin or Antonio Brown. And then same goes for Corey Davis. Like, AJ Brown could have a big game. Derrick Henry could have a big game. Johnny Smith might siphon a touchdown or something away from him. I think I'd go with Godwin just because I really like his matchup in the slot against Isaiah Oliver. He's just a bad corner, and Chris Godwin's finally back to full health, which honestly, Chris Godwin hasn't been healthy since like week 2, to be honest. So I think Chris Godwin is going to be a very good asset these last 2 games of the season in the 2 matchups that they have.
I fully agree. I have Godwin as my number 16. Davis is my 19, and T.Y. Hilton currently at my 20. So they're all really close. But again, if you have to rank them in order, I would go Godwin, Davis, T.Y.
Yeah.
So we left off here.
Or Beasley PPR. I think I'd go Raheem Mostert there. Yeah. I don't mind. A full PPR definitely makes it closer for Cole Beasley. But I think the ceiling of someone like Raheem Mostert, I think the floor is like not really all that different. And just based on a touch baseline for Raheem Mostert, but the ceiling is much, much higher for someone like Raheem Mostert because he can break that 75-yard touchdown in a game against Dallas, who have seen a number of rushing options break huge touchdowns in the past couple of weeks.
For sure. I fully agree there. I would go Mostert, but I actually do like Beasley. I have him currently as my
in a full PPR league. Beasley's a fine start, but I would start Mostert over him.
I have him as my wide receiver 30.5 PPR. So in full PPR, given that bump that he should see, he's probably going to be roughly around that 25 or so area. So I do like him, but Mostert to me, you got a top
28 PPR. So he's pretty good. So
start Raheem or Jeff Wilson. It's Raheem.
Yeah, if Raheem Mostert's on the field, he's the primary ball carrier. Jeff Wilson may siphon a goal line carry from him here and there, but Raheem Mostert gets the majority of the carries. He usually gets more targets, and he also is probably a better running back, and he also has that long speed to break a long one too.
For sure. For the next question here. Sorry. My bad. I almost skipped it. Bilal, I would start Dobbins here. Again, this is as prime a matchup as you could be looking for.
I honestly wouldn't have even blamed you if you started Dobbins over Michael Thomas if he played.
Yeah. No, I definitely would personally.
I don't think I would have, but I think it would have been close.
Like in a full PPR, I'd go MT, but in a half, I'm looking for upside. Dobbins' upside is like 25, 30 points this week against the Jaguars.
Yeah, honestly, Dobbins, if you guys are worried about J.K. Dobbins at minimum is going to get 15 touches, whether he's the feature back or whatever. He played feature back usage last week, and he could see an increased role again this week. But his minimum touches is 15, and all he needs is 15 to be good against the Jaguars.
For the record, just to show you how dominant of a rushing game plan the Ravens should have in this one, comparatively to their matchup as well, I have Lamar Jackson as my quarterback 3. I have J.K. Dobbins as my running back 13. And then I have Gus Edwards as my running back 27.
Yeah, that's about where I have everyone
too. I think all of them are going to do really good in this game.
I have Lamar at 2, Dobbins at 12, and Edwards at 26.
Yeah, so we're basically in the same board there. Start Tannehill, Big Ben, or Russ. Tannehill versus Russ is really close for me. I probably would still go Russ because it's Russ, and if I'm playing in the semifinals, I just don't know if I'd have the cojones to bench Russ. But if you're looking at the matchup itself, I wouldn't blame you for starting Tannehill here.
Yeah, so the thing with Tannehill is that the weather is supposed to be kind of bad from
That's
what
fair.
I've seen. So if the weather is bad, then you start Russ over Tannehill. But I do think I would start Tannehill over Russ.
For the record,
Regardless of like the cojones argument or whatever, I actually think he's I think both guys are great starts, but I think Tannehill's very safe against the Lions.
For the record, I have Russell Wilson at 7 and Ryan Tannehill at 8. So
I think I have Tannehill at 6 and Russ at 7. So they're very close.
It's half PPR. Oh yeah, okay. That was the super chat. And no problem, by the way. I saw your thank you here. But yeah. Screw Michael Thomas. That guy's a bum.
Yeah, a lot of people were touting him as a trade target early in the season. Michael Thomas, when he first got injured, people were like, "Oh, if you're like in 4-0 in your league or whatever, go trade for him. You're gonna have him for the playoffs and stuff." Yikes!
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
What's up, fellows? I picked up Hurts because I have Ryan and Carr. Thank God did not play. Yeah, good on you. You didn't start Carr.
Yeah.
Irv or Ebron? I have Ebron higher.
Yeah, I like Irv Smith too, but Ebron's just way too safe.
For sure. Sigh. Oh, screw Hunter Henry. He has to have a good, he's actually been playing good recently, so I can't even dog him.
He always plays good, man. I don't know why you hate on him.
No. Like, there was like a 5 or 6 week stretch where he was literally useless. And these past 4 games, he's like, okay, Danny's talking shit about me. Let me put on a clinic. No, he's easy. I will cede a little bit on that. These past 4 games, he's actually been good. So, yeah, I mean, these last 4 games, he's really taken my hate on him as motivation. So
I kind of want to turn on the Clemson game and see how ETN's doing right now.
It's fair. How about Trey Sermon, by the way?
Yeah, Trey Sermon had a great game. He went to Oklahoma before he went to Ohio State, right? Yeah, I really liked him at Oklahoma. I kind of wish he would have stayed there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I think Teague is a good enough back that you don't need to just give the ball to Trey Sermon all the time. So I kind of wish we could see Sermon in a feature role at Oklahoma.
I can play 2. Okay, so the 2 there that you play, in my opinion, I'm going to say Aaron Jones and Cam Akers, and Bush is going to say Aaron Jones and DeAndre Swift. So
yeah, that is fact.
Deontay's out of the question for either of
us.
I'm
honestly leaning Akers and Deontay over Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that was wild to me.
Yeah, Aaron Jones. Okay, so I know Aaron Jones has had a couple non-big games so far this season. He's only had 2 really big scoring outputs, but the Carolina Panthers defense is bad, especially against the run. So I think this, of all weeks of the season, it's a bit of a tougher matchup for the passing game. I still think Aaron Rodgers and them are going to do just fine, but Aaron Jones is set to go off this week. This is the type of game that Aaron Jones can absolutely go off in. So there's absolutely no chance he is not in my lineup. He is my RB3 behind Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry.
He's my RB6, and I fully agree with you with that aspect that he's still a must start.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. No problem, Jet. Thielen versus Juju full PPR. This is Thielen, and it's not close for me personally.
Yeah, I like Juju's matchup against the Bengals, but Thielen is
way too consistent.
He's just way too consistent, and especially his red zone usage is just wild. How much he's getting thrown the ball in the red zone.
Isn't he top 5 in touchdowns this year?
I think he's 2 in touchdowns, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 2 or 3, I think. No?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Full PPR, sorry. Yeah, either way, I personally would go with Jones and Akers, and Bush would go with Jones and Swift there for you.
Yep.
And Ekeler, yeah, I know that was unfortunate. That was a missed call, but bringing Kalen Ballage in on the fucking goal line, give me a break, Chargers. That's why you guys fucking stink.
Yep.
Fucking smelly. Also, I may there you go. Hey, saw something cooking for Christmas. That'd be blessed.
Yeah, that would be blessed.
We start James Robinson this week. I would absolutely have to hear your other options because I think
James Robinson's a fine start, but I do have him considerably lower than consensus and where he normally would be in most games. I just think the game script's probably going to get away from the Jags a little bit. They might abandon the run, and that could lead to some receiving volume for James Robinson, but it didn't last week in a blowout against Tennessee. So, I definitely would have to hear your other options. If you have DeAndre Swift versus James Robinson, I would start Swift. Or if you have J.K. Dobbins versus James Robinson, I'd probably start J.K. Dobbins.
Yep, I agree there. Not much point in making it a game because y'all just win. Oh,
yeah. Literally every game that he's done thus far this season, we've crushed it. Yeah.
Remember when I took Trey Burton? He scored 2 touchdowns and one of them was a wildcat.
Didn't we take defensive to score a touchdown in 5 minutes into the Steelers game? They got a pick 6.
Yeah, and then I remember I was so upset because I was really in between the Giants and the football team defense, and I ended up going with one, and the other one scored a defensive touchdown. So I was upset.
Yeah.
Bills 5.5 over 48.5, and Packers -8 in a parlay.
You don't want my betting advice. You just do the exact opposite of what I say, and you will win money. That's basically how my betting works. Bills -5.5
scares me, man.
I kind of like. I have this feeling that Drew Lock's going to play a little berserker and backdoor cover that line.
I agree. It
but
looks
again, me and you'll do well. So the Bills are going to cover that because I think it's not a good bet.
Kurt, Sam, or AB. I currently have AB higher, but I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a brew. So
all right. So Jake Vincent says need one wide receiver and one flex. Lockett, Ayuk, Deontay Johnson, or T.Y. Hilton. Full PPR. My lock is AJ Brown. Yeah, understandably so. Okay, so I think Ayuk is for sure in my lineup. The matchup against the Cowboys and the volume that Ayuk has been seeing. Only Keenan Allen is seeing more volume than Brandon Ayuk over the past 5 games. Tyler Lockett is probably the other guy I would go with, just because I know he's kind of been inconsistent. He's not necessarily a guy that is safe like Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson is not really that safe either because he's had the drops and he's been getting benched and stuff recently. So I think I would go with Tyler Lockett just because his ceiling is so tremendous that I don't think I can sit him in a must-win game in a playoff matchup because he's very capable of dropping 40 on your bench if you sit him. Kyle says, or Q. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, Curtis Samuel or AB or QT half PPR. So I would still go with Antonio Brown there. I think he has the best matchup, including Kiki QT and Curtis Samuel. I think AB's matchup against a backup corner, because Darqueze Dennard is out for this game, is way too juicy for you to be able to sit AB. Lucius says pick 2 wide receivers. Metcalf, Hilton, Godwin, or Thielen. Can't flex. Okay, so pick 2 wide receivers. Metcalf doesn't leave your lineup, so he's definitely one of them. It's really close between Thielen and Godwin, I think.
It's pretty easily Thielen for me. I like Godwin a lot. He's my 16, but I have Thielen inside my top 12. He's just
I would go with Godwin personally.
That's fair. We might have to make that a little bit too.
Is because we saw what disrupted Thielen and Justin Jefferson's production last week, right? It was them being under pressure so much. They couldn't pass the ball consistently because the Bucs defensive line was just, they were just in Kirk Cousins' face the whole day. So I think that kind of same scenario could happen against Chicago, whose defensive line is probably even better than the Bucs. And Chris Godwin, I just think the matchup for him, he's just set to see so much volume in that game. I'm really putting a lot of chips in the basket that Tom Brady has a good game this week. It could blow up in my face, but my gut is telling me that Tom Brady has a big game. So I'm going to stick with that.
It's fair. I also just snapped my bottle opener.
You hate to see that.
If y'all can see that, but
yeah, nice.
Pain. But we got some Sleeman Clear on the docket for today. We gotta count our calories because we're trying to lean out a little bit, but have to have a celebratory brew after exam season. So also I can't find my straws, otherwise I was gonna chug one on stream.
I just moved Chris Godwin up in my rankings.
I have him at 16. I thought I was pretty high on him.
I just moved him to 12.
Fair enough. Team Hurts. B. What's B? Either way. Okay. Hurts, Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, Goddard tight end, flex, Allen Robinson, Bill defense. Have Bernard Pittman, Matty Ice on the bench. Your lineup is perfect. That is. I wouldn't start any guys on your bench over anybody in your starting lineup.
I would drop Bernard just out of
spite.
Yeah, just a spite drop because he's been that bad.
For sure. But yeah, Papa Lepre coming through with the chat again, buddy. Freaking love it. Love the support.
Imagine your life being as easy as Ian Book's life with Eichenberg and Hainsey.
I know, man.
Tackles. Like
Eichenberg's gonna be a top 50 pick as well. I like him.
Yeah, he's good.
Pick 2 PPR: Jefferson, Drake, and Godwin. Man. Oh wait, PPR easy. Jefferson and Godwin. I thought that was half PPR.
Yeah.
In half PPR,
Chase Edmonds is out, man.
I get that, but man, in a full PPR, just the targets that Jefferson and Godwin are basically guaranteed to give you, I wouldn't have the fucking.
I still have this gut feeling that the Vikings offense is going to struggle this week against Chicago.
Maybe
I know they did well against them the first time, but I don't anticipate that happening twice against the Bears defense. I think if Chase Edmonds is out in a full PPR, I would go Kenyon Drake and Chris Godwin personally.
That's fair. Thanks for assistance. Anytime, Papa Lapre. Akers, Miles Sanders, Dobbins, half PPR. If you can only start one, I'm starting Akers out of that bunch. If you can start more, I'd probably rank them in order: Akers, Sanders, Dobbins. Though that would pain me to have to sit Dobbins.
All three of those guys are like between
top 12.
Yeah, they're both like fringe top 12 backs for me. I have Akers at 10, I have Dobbins at 14, and I have Sanders at 11. So it's very close.
So we left off at William. We got the $5.99 super chat from the boy Jared. He said, chugging one now for y'all finishing finals in school. Congrats, guys.
Cheers.
Appreciate that.
Danny's drinking better beer than me. I'm drinking some dirty old Coors right now.
Yeah, this is solid, man.
Don't hate on Coors though. It's a light beer and it tastes good. Light beer is disgusting as far as like Bud Light and shit. I hate Bud Light, but Coors is good.
I got the clear because we're trying to counter calories out here. That's if y'all have me on IG and Snapchat and stuff, I basically just post all the time at the gym. So
yeah,
I'm trying to cool down a little bit during the Christmas break. Actually, got to mention this real quick. Did you hear Hamilton?
You're in the gray zone now, right? Yeah, no, I just heard about that. I actually heard my sister told me that that Waterloo and KW is going into gray zone probably next week.
Bro, I understand why they do the gray zone because fucking idiots want to have parties and shit while the red zone's happening. But man, it's so annoying because I finally found my gym downtown. Basically has 5 people in there max at once. And I had the gym to my own today. And now I'm not even going to be able to go to the fucking gym because people want to have parties and shit. Bullshit.
I think they're doing it so people don't have huge get-togethers for Christmas.
That's absolutely what's going to happen because I think
it ends the mandate for the gray zone ends after January 5th or something like that. So they're trying to limit New Year's and Christmas get-togethers.
Hamilton was in the red zone for a good month and a half, couple of months.
Yeah, we've been in the red zone for a couple weeks now.
Amount of fucking people I saw on their Snapchat stories and shit having parties of 20, 25 people. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
honestly, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't mind you because I go and watch my football with my 2 or 3 buddies that are in my social circle, right? But yeah, you don't need to be having legit parties right now.
It's a fucking joke. But anyways, sorry for keeping you Wade and William. We'll get to your question right now. Full PPR, pick 2 wide receiver and a flex. So he has to mandate 1 receiver, and out of those options, I'm absolutely putting Jefferson in.
Really, I like Woods over Jefferson.
To be honest, I'm probably
going PPR.
Oh, full PPR. Okay, yeah. At that point, I didn't even notice Woods, to be honest.
So actually. I think he says, I'll pick 2 wide receiver and a flex. Okay, so I would go with
Jefferson and Woods.
I think I'd go with Jefferson and Woods, but Gallman's pretty close between Gallman and Jefferson for me.
That's fair. I didn't even notice Woods when I said easily Jefferson for a second. I was looking at Hilton, Claypool, and Emmanuel Sanders. Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. Last time Kiki QT played the Colts, Brandon Cooks missed 2 quarters of the game.
Yep. I have Kenny Golladay Payne. Yeah, I have Michael Thomas, so I feel that.
I don't own Kenny Golladay anywhere, so I wasn't even affected.
I was never high on him this year.
I traded him in our shaded league to Tyler because he loves Kenny Golladay. I traded him away.
Didn't you get Dobbins from that or something like that? Aaron Jones. That's it. I mean, yeah. Also, if Bush is right and Zeke goes in second round, anytime. If Zeke is making it to 15 next year and I'm able to pair first and second round, imagine I got Kelce and Zeke.
You're underestimating the hype that some of these guys are going to get, man. I'm telling you, people are going to be really high on Akers and Dobbins and Gibson and these guys. These guys are going to go ahead of Zeke, man. I'm telling you.
I am absolutely fine when I'm getting Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who's been a top 3 fantasy football running back for the past 4 years prior to this year. I'm getting him at that much of a discount. I am taking that to the bank and laughing on the way.
What if I told you it would be a hard decision for me between next year, deciding between Zeke Elliott and Joe Mixon?
Oh, that's disgusting. Don't even fucking Joe Mixon's freaking.
I'm kind of half kidding there, so it's not really a hard decision. But I think I would just avoid both guys, to be honest.
Joe Mixon's ceiling is basically Zeke Elliott's floor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Zeke's
All right,
getting
let's
back
catch up on these questions here.
All right, I'm just gonna say one more thing about Zeke. Zeke's getting his 2 All-Pro tackles back. Zach Martin,
we know the whole Cowboys offense is injured.
Arguably the best right guard of all time for the record, Zach Martin.
That's
how good he is.
There.
Huh?
He's been there.
He's missed the last 4 games.
Zeke was bad before that.
Okay, but half the period that he was bad. He's been much worse recently than he even was during like the first bad period.
So Jeff says, sorry, main reason I was thinking against Aaron Jones was because I had Devontae Adams and knew Rodgers was going for MVP. You guys are the best. Yeah, even if you have Adams, you start them both. Adams and Jones, they're both going to be great this game.
Both are going to be fun. But and anytime, by the way, I appreciate that. Bills or Seahawks D. So let me think. Okay.
They'll play the Broncos right now. And
Seahawks are going against a football team. I'd go Bills.
Bills, personally. Yeah. The Seahawks are just not that good of a defense, so I'd probably just lean Bills from that perspective.
Davis or Higgins, full PPR. Honestly, with Bradbury out,
I'd take Higgins.
Yeah,
I definitely take Higgins there.
Yeah, you could see us in the Discord are so mad at the. Everybody's mad at the Discord.
Yeah, the Chargers are fucking just brutal.
Listen to Jared. 30 watching, 8 likes, guys. Come on, I want to see 30 likes in here right about now. Yeah. So let's bump that number up.
I want to see as many likes as Rolando's super chat.
There you go. Cardinals defense or Bills? I'm still going Bills personally, but I understand the allure of the Cardinals against the Eagles and Hurts, but I honestly think Hurts is an upgrade over Wentz at this point. Don't shoot the messenger. So I'm going Bills. I love y'all's advice, but I'll be damned.
Who have you been sitting him for? Doesn't he have Gronk as his other tight end?
Yeah, you have to sit Henry for Gronk.
Yeah, I would play Gronk over Henry. I think Henry's fine. Like I would rather play Gronk.
Yeah.
And that's not me being a homer. I really don't think that Gronk is like some elite asset. I just think he's better than Henry.
I hate Henry so much. I'm just gonna rank him at like 4 next week just so he disappoints.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I rank him high, he's gonna do bad.
Yeah. No, so I would not start Sony Michel over any of those guys. And if you had to choose one of those players, I would probably choose
Claypool. I know the snaps, but
man, I'd start T. Higgins over Claypool.
Oh, we might have to make that a bet.
Yeah, I'd take T. Higgins over Claypool.
I'm writing that down.
I think I'd start Wilson over both of them, though.
That's fair. I'm playing against both Wilson and Claypool in my semifinal matchup, so big facts. Also, shout out from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Hey, there you go. Nice little Windsor lad right here. I actually, back in my football days, I'd always play against the Essex Ravens right on that border between Windsor and Detroit. So, you good boys are truly talented.
Plays for the University of Windsor. He was the corner opposite of me in high school, and the reason I got thrown at so much.
There you go. You boys are truly talented. Can't wait for next year's depth chart. Appreciate that a ton, Jason. And yeah, Windsor boy. Canadian lad out here, got to represent. So cheers right there.
You might have to make like a little Canadian like squad of some kind.
Oh yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah,
definitely do. There's actually going.
Yeah, they're still going to be alive tomorrow. We had nothing to do since we're done exams, so we figured we'd hop on.
Yeah, appreciate that. What's up with some podcasts? I feel that. To be fair though, I understand what they're saying because that's for 10-team rankings. Now, when you talk about 12-team, a wide receiver 1 would be 0 to 12.
I refer to when I say wide receiver 3, I'm referring to 25 to 36.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So that's why it happens. So the boy Charles says flex full PPR, Gabe Davis or Jeff Wilson. I'm going with Jeff Wilson here. The matchup against Dallas is.
If that's Charles in his picture, he's looking fresh there.
He's looking real fresh.
Yeah.
I actually hate Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's not winning this game. Trevor Lawrence didn't play in the last game. It's not happening again.
I just despise Notre Dame. I don't know what
I don't like
it is.
Notre Dame either.
And then again, I'm a Michigan fan, so that's why I hate them. But fuck Notre Dame. I'm so mad. Yeah, I know, right? Like, why are they giving the ball to Balaj on the goal line? Like, fuck off, Anthony.
Hey, on the bright side, Spicy Hot, at least you have a franchise quarterback now.
Yeah, for real.
Marcus Mariota out here making plays.
Claypool or Gabe Davis.
Marcus Mariota was born for John Gruden's system.
Big facts. Claypool or Gabe Davis. I know you don't like Claypool, but I'm sticking with the stud here.
I would still take Claypool out of him and Gabe Davis.
Assuming that's James Robinson, I'm going Akers.
Yep, me too.
Congrats, Bush, on graduating.
Appreciate that, Spicy Hot.
I wish I could start Dobbins, but I have Henry and Ekeler. Oh man, I wish I had a decision like that. Jeez.
Yeah.
Team full. Then again, I also have Taylor and Kamara, so I just like I'm in this.
Yeah.
Team full PPR. Murray, Cook, Robinson, Adams, Tyreek, Travis Kelce. Yeah, you're big chilling. That's a really good looking lineup.
That's another sneaky boost I can have this week in my matchup is the Bucks defense. I think they could have a big game, but I also play against the Steelers defense, so that's not good.
Talk about this lineup real quick, okay? So Dalvin Cook's most likely going to be.
Kyler Murray's going to have a monster game, just for the record. I moved him up in my rankings after Darius Slay got ruled out, and I know it's not like really that big of a deal because he was like Hopkins is probably going to go off regardless. But now that Slay is out for sure, I like Kyler Murray might be the QB1 this week.
Yeah, no, I agree. Again, you got a guy who might finish as the QB1. Dalvin Cook, like I know the matchup's tough, but he's still going to be like a top 5 to 7 type running back because of the volume, because he's a great player. And you may honestly have the top 3 wide receivers on the week this week and the top tight end. So you're looking fine there, Kig.
I really hope you don't have the top 3 receivers because I play against Tyreek and Adams. So
I'll play against Tyreek too. So let's hope not. I also play against Dalvin Cook. So
hopefully
your team doesn't do that great.
Yeah, hopefully Kyler Murray just carries the team.
Yeah, and like we'll give you a nice Travis Kelce huge game. Yeah. There you go. I'm busting the super cheap hams. 14. Yeah, you're chilling there. That's some big value. I hear about Cargill and what happened in Cargill. What?
What's Cargill?
Now I gotta search this up. I literally haven't been to Guelph in like 2.5 months. I have a place out there and I still haven't been.
You play rent for that?
Yeah.
Why don't you stay there?
Because I have my house too here, and there's nothing going on in Guelph.
You have to pay for food at your own house?
Yeah. Oh no, that's why.
That's why you want to go home. You don't want to go to Guelph and pay for your own food. You'd rather just not eat your mom's cooking at home.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I literally didn't move away for college. I stayed at home.
My nonna lives right around the corner too, so
yeah,
we're chilling. Melvin Gordon, Kiki QT, Tim Patrick, and James Conner. PPR need this one for a flex spot to win this game. If James Conner's playing, I have to start him out of these options.
I'd start Melvin Gordon over James Conner.
That's fair.
James Conner's been a bum. Absolute certifiable bum.
That's fair.
And low-key, Tim Patrick over Melvin Gordon in a full PPR is interesting, but I would still start Melvin Gordon.
That's fair. I live in Indiana. Hoosier City, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. Or not city. You know what I mean. Hoosier country, whatever they call it. Okay, yeah, we went through that. Man, imagine just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm just chilling."
I'm gonna bench Stephon Diggs
and AJ Brown. Like what? I would start. I actually
think I would play AJ Brown over DK Metcalf, dude.
That's fair. I'm starting Akers over James Robinson for sure, though. That's like the one absolute change I'm making. Yeah, aside from that, I mean, like it all comes with preference. Like
if AJ Brown's game is not affected by weather, I would play AJ Brown over DK Metcalf personally.
He's got
AJ Brown's like my wide receiver 4 on the week.
Dude, yeah, he's same with mine. Dude, he's got 5 of my top 7 receivers here.
He literally has all 5 of my top 5. My top 5 receivers are Adams, Hill, AJ Brown, Diggs, Metcalf. Actually, I think I'm going to move Hopkins ahead of Metcalf, but yeah.
Okay. Adams, Hill, Diggs, Metcalf, Brown. Yeah. And I have Hopkins at 6. So he has my top 5 receivers for the week.
Yep.
Hell. RB2 slot, non-PPR. Man, he's going to give Javon a run for his money here.
Yeah, literally.
Connor, Snell, DeAndre Washington, Bowden, Pollard only need 1 projected win by just 2 right now. Out of these options in a non-PPR, I'm just going to go with DeAndre Washington because I at least know he's going to be fully healthy and playing. It will depend actually on the status of Salvin Ahmed, so keep that in mind. If Salvin Ahmed plays, then I'm going with Connor if he plays, and if Connor doesn't play, I'm going with Snell. So at least you have the pivot there in case that happens. Yeah. Pick 3: Swift, Gallman, Dobbins, and Akers. I'm benching Gallman here, but
Gallman there, yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting Gallman there, but you got a nice little stable. Yeah. Seahawks, you going to probably.
I don't know, man. Like Haskins, he's not that bad.
Good vibes. There you go.
Yeah.
Russell Gage for me here. Jones.
Yep.
Snell, Connor. Okay, we answered that for you, Nick. I tweeted stream out. Elbow cough. There you go. Papa Lepre helping us out. Stream this out. Tweet this out. Share it with your friends. Obviously, the ones that aren't in your league, because you don't want to
share it with them.
You don't want to give us give out the quality content to them to give you basically.
See, that's the problem with like our channel is that the more people like our channel, the less inclined they're going to be to spread the word.
That's facts because we bring out that quality content as always. But yeah, no, fully. Anybody who's not in your league that you don't care about giving the competitive edge over, share them.
Oh, just for record, if you guys don't know why Danny says quality content all the time, before when we first started this channel, Danny always said quality content in every single video. He'd say it at the beginning of every video and at the end of every video. So that's why we always say quality content, and it's a meme now. And
Bush would always say YouTube algorithm. So now I took that over as a joke. But yeah, y'all gotta watch some of our earlier videos because
actually don't watch our earlier videos.
Actually, you don't want to watch.
I have my quarantine cut in a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's some funny stuff. Those
I shaved my head and I literally buzzed my hair, and I have like literally like just buzzed hair in one of my videos, and I like laugh every time I see it.
The matchmaker video was literally one of the most fun videos I've ever recorded.
Oh yeah, that was
recorded. We didn't have like timestamps or fucking graphics on the screen at all. It was basically a podcast with fucking video.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what a lot of people think. All it is to make it on YouTube now, anyway. Though, so
that's fair.
I know a lot of people are just putting their podcasts on YouTube and being like, "Hey, we're on YouTube now." It's like, why would I watch you when I can just listen to you? You don't provide anything else.
Yeah, for real. No, I'm just joking. It's not like Henry's gonna. Yeah, for real. But man, he's been good these past few weeks. I can't even lie. Yep. So we got Carl in here. He said pick 2: Lockett, Davis, Edwards, Wilson. I'm actually starting the 2 receivers here.
Oh, you should Peterborough.
We got another Ontario lad out here.
Yeah,
love to see it.
My best friend's sister goes to Trent, so I know. Like I've never been to Peterborough, but I know I know that's where Trent is. So.
There we go. So we got Kevin in here. He says, my lineup's already set. Should I make any last-second changes? I have Sanders, Chubb, Swift, AJB, and Hilton at the bench. I got McKissick, Fournette, and Deontay. Your lineup looks really good as is, in my opinion. I wouldn't make any changes. Again, your running backs are set there, and I'd start
Deontay over T.Y. Hilton.
I'd go T.Y. over Deontay. Just kills the Texans, and Deontay, in terms of matchups on the field, has the hardest one of the Steelers.
I guess that's true. I don't blame you for going Ty over Deontay. I personally would go Deontay over Ty, but I think it's you're splitting hairs at that point. They're both like back end wide receiver twos.
Yeah, for sure. Well, boys, against Diggs, Josh Allen, Aaron Jones today. Shaking my head. Hopefully, Josh Allen.
You want to know something hilarious? In our listener league, I'm up 70 points from Thursday night because I had Herbert, Waller, and Ekeler, and I have Diggs and Adams today.
Yeah, that's
oh no, this guy's going to be in a 110-point hole by the time he gets any of his players to play.
Dude, it's going to be so annoying because I have Waller in my one dynasty league. It's a 2 tight end start tight end premium dynasty league. For the record, I got Darren Waller in the preseason for Preston Williams and Ian Thomas, right? So
that's stupid.
I'm going to have him in the championship, right?
Even if you told me Preston Williams was a top 12 receiver, I still wouldn't do that in a tight end premium.
No, not at all. I mean, Darren Waller is arguably the tight end 2 in dynasty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Him and Kittle, there's not much separating them. I'm sorry. I love Kittle as much as the next guy, but Darren Waller.
I think Kittle's way better
in real life football. But I mean, Darren Waller's on pace for 100.
I think the Niners offense is about to be one of the best in the league once they get a new quarterback.
Same thing could be said with Waller though.
If he gets with Ayuk coming into his second year, with Samuel going to be finally healthy and Kittle coming back, if they get Matt Ryan, if they get Matt Stafford, if they get, I don't know, whatever other veteran quarterback you want to think of, or they draft a young guy like Zach Wilson or Trey Lance and he's very good in his rookie year, that offense is going to be awesome.
So Waller this year with Derek Carr is on pace for 100 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 10 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, no, Waller's a stud too. I'm not denying that.
Either way, those are the clear top 3.
The reason I would say Kittle is clearly ahead of Waller in Dynasty. Against Waller, but he has personal issues that could make him a little risky in Dynasty, which is why I think I would favor Kittle. Plus, he also has
older, no?
Yeah, he is older too. Yeah, I was
28 versus 26.
Yeah, I was going to say something about their contracts, but they both have I know Kittle's contract is bigger, but they're probably pretty similar in terms of guarantees and stuff.
For real. So Brad says flex 1 in full PPR. Davis, Robinson, Akers. I am going with Akers here personally.
Yep.
When you have who's Keeled?
Keenan.
Oh yeah. So he is either Derrick Henry or Hunter Henry and Keenan. So there you go. Wow, man, that's
a gross decision right there. I think
I'm going Zeke, but like, man, imagine going into the season.
I mean, we would have assumed Leonard Fournette was on Jacksonville still.
No, okay. So going into like once he signed with the Bucks as the backup.
I would have assumed that Leonard Fournette was like a top 10 RB if that was the decision we were faced with.
$10 with you, Clemson and ND.
I don't know. I don't really believe in Clemson that much.
That's fair. I'm sitting Gus. No, I can't sit Gus here.
I'd say Claypool.
Yeah, especially if it's a full PPR.
If you need the feeling, though, I understand playing Claypool over Gus Edwards or over Jarvis Landry. Either one of them. I think all three of those guys are in a similar range. It's all a matter of what you need. If you need a floor, I think I'd go with Landry and Edwards. But I also think both Claypool and Gus Edwards need a touchdown to be very good. So, yep. I mean, it's kind of the same type of situation there, and they both kind of play limited roles. So, I don't mind going Claypool over Edwards. It's really a mix and match there. I think my formal decision would be Landry and Edwards, though.
I agree there. I'm facing the Rodgers, Adams, and Tanya stack. Jeez.
I have the Rodgers versus Adams stack in my school league. I'm not excited about it.
Good luck there.
Yeah.
They have 80. Jeez, and it's a meat distributor.
Holy Christ.
That's awful. It's an 8-man league. Oh, yeah, but still, like, that's a really good squad.
That's the league where he's benching Diggs and Deontay and Herbert and stuff.
Crazy. I have concern with McLaurin because of Dwayne Haskins. I'm still sitting Lockett out of these options. I know Haskins stinks, but if you actually look at the splits,
he's actually been better with Haskins than he was with Smith.
Yeah, I was just about to say McLaurin with Haskins versus McLaurin with Smith, and the reason being as to why that was Logan Thomas and McKissick got so many fucking peppered targets when Alex Smith was his quarterback.
Dwayne Haskins, he can't throw the ball more than 5 yards downfield.
Yeah, for sure. So Richard, okay, nice little Cowboys question here. As a fellow Cowboys fan, who do they target in the draft? Okay, so we're currently at pick 4, right? Assuming that the top 3 goes, it's going to be 2 quarterbacks. Either it's going to be Trevor Lawrence and Fields or Trevor Lawrence and Wilson in the top 2 picks, and then Penei Sewell presumably at 3. At that point, you're the Cowboys. One of Fields or Wilson is going to be on the board. You trade that pick down because I've talked about it a bunch of times, but there's no like Chase Young or even Jeff Okudah from last year. There's no that type of level prospect in this.
Yeah,
draft.
you could really use Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, like there's no like I love Pat Surtain and Caleb Farley. They're not the type.
They're not Jeff. It looked like Caleb Farley had a chance to become that though before the season started.
And that's why, because we can get that type of guy at a discount, what you do is you go to a team like Chicago. Chicago is desperate for a quarterback. And if Zach Wilson or Justin Fields is on the board, you call them up and you say, hey, Chicago, you have a really good overall roster.
They're probably going to have a new GM too. I don't really know that for sure, but I have a feeling if they finish like 7-9, 6-10 this year, they probably clean house. I'm not sure if they do that or not, but if they do that, their new GM might be looking to make like some moves or whatever. And them go Trey Lance to the Bears just makes so much sense to me. I don't know why.
He's not going to fall though. That's why if they want a quarterback, they're going to have.
I think he falls of the quarterbacks though. He
might fall of the quarterbacks, but Carolina at 6 may take him. To be quite honest,
I could see Mac Jones having like a great offseason and going ahead of Trey Lance in the draft.
Oh, please no. Like I love Mac Jones. I talked about him in our chat today, but he just does not have remotely the physical tools to jump Trey Lance, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if you're Chicago, though, and Zach Wilson or Fields is on the board at the Cowboys pick, and the Cowboys clearly don't need a quarterback, I don't want to hear all these Cowboys haters that think that they do, because Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback in the league minimum. Okay? Anyways, good story with that. You go to Chicago, you ask for their 1, 2, and 3. Chicago, desperate for a quarterback, does that. You trade down, you get a guy like Caleb Farley, Patrick Surtain, or maybe one of those edge rushers being Ojulari or Pay, and you have multiple day 2 picks to rebuild that defense. You get Dak back, you get those 2 bookend tackles back, and you get Zach Martin back. That's a playoff team.
Yeah, we're still going to disagree about Tyron Smith, but anyway, next
standard Miles or Swift for me.
Yeah, I'll take Swift there slightly.
Anytime there, Nick. Appreciate the comment. You guys mind if I put my lineup for my opponents in the chat? Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Spicy hot. If you want to throw that into our Twitter DMs instead, that's probably easier. So then we don't have to go through it on the stream and we have more time to get to it.
For sure.
You follow both of us on Twitter, so it should be easy.
This is actually a really close one. I think Kmet is a safer pick. So if you're looking if you're looking for the floor play at the tight end, I would go Kmet.
I think Reed's safer.
I actually think Kmet's safer.
I don't know about
that. With Eric Kendricks out, the middle of the Vikings defense is actually horrendous. So I think Kmet's going to eat in this game. So I personally would go with Komet. So we might have to make that a little bet.
Might have to.
Go for a spicy. Is there Colts or Cards? Who the Colts playing?
Oh, I'm winning $10 right now.
Cards are playing the Vikings. Cards are playing the Eagles. Who are the Colts playing right now? Or tomorrow? I'm trying to think. Texans.
Yeah.
I'll go Colts. Once with pick. Oh yeah, JOK. Yeah, like 10 minutes ago. Oh yeah, the trivia videos were the best.
They were. Yeah, they were pretty good.
Those were fun. Very intriguing question here. I don't have the answer for you, Ray. I'm just so sorry. I can't answer that. They're just splitting hairs.
Yeah, literally the same exact tier of player.
Yeah, for sure. One more. Jeff Wilson and Russell Gage flex full PPR. Thanks. As much as I love Jeff Wilson, I've talked about Russell Gage, man. I'm sorry.
Full PPR, yeah, I think I'd go with Russell Gage too.
And a half, I would go Wilson, but yeah, full PPR for sure. Possible merch ideas: fantasy stock James Boulder on the front because it's quality content on the back across the shoulders. Let me know when. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we haven't really looked into merchandise yet. I'm not sure if you guys are interested in something like that. Maybe it sounds like I guess you might be, but yeah, we'll definitely be looking into that the more we grow and all that kind of stuff.
For sure. Once we keep growing, like we'll definitely be introducing some merch for you guys
we'll probably wear it ourselves before we offer it.
100%. So. Yeah, we're not just gonna sell merch and not show it to you guys before putting it on the market. You know, gotta flex it a little bit.
I gotta move Matt Stafford around in my rankings now. That just reminds me.
Yeah, I had him.
I would play Matthew Stafford over Mitch Trubisky. I would.
That's fair. I actually have to move him up too because again I had him at 20 because I wasn't sure if he was going to play.
Rankings too because he's randomly ruled out now.
I told you.
Yeah, they literally are like, oh, he's expected to start and then he just gets ruled out. Okay.
I have Stafford at 13 and Trubisky at 14, so they're really close for me.
Yeah, that is exact. I'll be having Stafford at 13 and Trubisky at 15, but I had Carr at 14, so that's
pain. All right, that's fair. I had Carr at 16, so I feel that. Mr. Trubisky, Allen Robinson. Yeah, that's a good looking team there, Kels.
Anytime you can stack the Chicago Bears, you got to do it.
Yeah, there you go. Also think of taking a shot with Traquan Smith. Who's his matchup on D? Any thoughts on this day? I can check that right now.
I got it already pulled up.
You always do, eh?
Yeah, I have a million tabs open at all times.
I'm streaming on my laptop, so I don't have the luxury.
Okay, so Traquan Smith is expected to see Charvarius Ward in coverage. Deontay Harris is going to be on Brashad Breeland and Emmanuel Sanders. Sorry, Traquan Smith is L'Jarius Sneed, not Charvarius Ward.
That's actually
Sneed's the best corner on that team.
Yeah, easily.
So,
is he still playing in the slot?
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
I think Emmanuel Sanders is the best start of the Saints receivers. Not like with Michael Thomas out.
Alvin Kamara
is the whole offense. That's all it really comes down 100%. To.
I did say though in the league that I had Michael Thomas, I had an extra spot obviously now because that's Bum wants to get put on IR. So I picked up Traquan Smith just to fill at the end of my bench. So my receivers are struggling in that league now.
I don't think Traquan Smith is a terrible dart throw, but I think I would like Sanders over him.
Probably around like the late wide receiver 40 type range, if you will. Yeah. Wide receiver 50s. Like probably right around like the Denzel Mims area is probably where it happened.
Like that.
Oh shoot. Do you play? Yeah.
We already answered that.
Yeah. How do you guys think Stafford will play affect Swift? So definitely
it just helps the offense. So that affects Swift in terms of scoring opportunities. I don't think it helps him overly like all that much in terms of volume or in terms of him getting like more receiving work or anything like that. It might give him less receiving work than if someone like Chase Daniel was playing. I just think having Stafford there is always better because you want your running back to be in a good offense and one that scores a lot of points.
For sure. And sorry, I just noticed that my DMs are closed. Spicy Hot said that. So I'm going to quickly change that. My DM should be open now. So go check that. Anyways, let's get into some of these.
You saw my grad photo, right? I got to get them like actually, I have to pay for them before I can get them like actually like sent to me or whatever. But the me holding up the sign where I'm like 30K in the hole just to pursue a career in football, like that was pretty funny. I thought that was hilarious.
Give me Ayuk there,
yeah, give me Ayuk.
He's going to shred our defense. They went to OSU together. Yeah, there you go. Then Flex Davis or McLaurin. I'm assuming that's Mike Davis. If that's the case, I'm going to go Mike Davis against the Packers. Also, do I start Dolphins D or Pats or Brownsy? Oh, Brownsy.
Brownsy versus the Giants for sure. Yeah.
Colt McCoy's expected to start. What about Corey Davis or Hines? I'd go Corey Davis. Yeah. Got it. There you go.
Either way, Corey Davis.
Yeah.
Unless it's Wilson Jr. or Nyheim Hines. Actually, I don't know.
In that case, I'm going Wilson.
Yeah, if it's Wilson versus Hines, I'll go Wilson. If it's Corey Davis versus Wilson, I'll go Corey Davis.
For sure. Jimmy Graham might be out. Yep. Justin Jefferson or T.Y. Hilton. Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Sent it to Bush. Yeah. Okay. They should be open now. Michael Thomas line error. Yeah, unfortunate. I have him in my home league, and I need that semifinal win. Projection to win by 0.01. Take that in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you guys prefer Justin Fields or Zach Wilson as a ceiling prospect? Honestly, they both have issues in the pocket, in my opinion. In terms of overall processing, that's what their issue is. If you're looking at it from Zach Wilson's standpoint, this guy could have 6, 7, 8 seconds in a clean pocket.
Spicy hot. Which one is you? Left or the right?
Oh, yeah. I'll check in a second. But talking about Zach Wilson's problems, okay? We were talking about this in
I think Justin Fields has a higher ceiling.
I agree, but we're talking about this in our Twitter group chat today. But the problem with Zach Wilson is he doesn't play in structure whatsoever. He can have 6, 7 seconds in a clean, healthy pocket. Within 2 seconds, he's rolling out and he's trying to make a play down the field. He doesn't play in structure. He doesn't have timing.
He goes to the San Francisco 49ers. That's all I got to say. Zach Wilson. That is 100%. The perfect landing spot for him.
So the thing with him is that he's so quick to get out of the pocket to make a play out of structure that he doesn't actually sit tight, read a defense, and progress through his reads.
I haven't watched him yet, but I kind of already know who my pro comp is going to be.
Oh, for sure. Don't say Mahomes. Are you going to say Mahomes?
No, I was going to say Baker.
That's fair. I think he's a lot more athletic and has a way better arm. But
I think he's more athletic. I don't know about the arm. The arm's pretty similar.
His arm is special, man. His deep ball is
a good arm, man.
It's fair. And talking about Fields, it's the exact opposite, right? So I mentioned that Wilson just wants to get out right away, and he could have 6 seconds in a clean pocket, and he'll just leave within 1 or 2 seconds. Justin Fields will just hold on to the ball too long. And he, again, like when you're playing on Ohio State and you got those superstar receivers on the outside and a great offensive line that has 2, 3 first-round caliber type offensive linemen, maybe you're afforded to do so. But Justin Fields needs to speed up his internal clock when he goes to the next level. So hopefully that helps a lot. Again, we're going to break down these guys a lot more in depth film during the offseason. But
that's spicy hot. I like your side a lot better. Matt Ryan versus Lamar Jackson is a huge mismatch for you, having Lamar Jackson and Calvin Ridley. Like your receivers, I like your receivers a lot better too. Well, not a lot better, but I like Calvin Ridley versus AJ Brown isn't even close in my opinion. I think AJ Brown's way better this week. He's got you at tight end, obviously, with Kelce, but your flex, like Nick Chubb versus Jarvis Landry, that's not close. And same with J.K. Dobbins versus Darrell Henderson. You got him easily.
Ryan Finley starting. Yeah, I like to hear that.
Hey, Ryan Finley's starting? Oh, my God, dude. Really? Just because I'm playing the Steelers defense, right? That's why.
I have them.
Oh.
I just hit my mic.
That sucks. That sucks really bad. He's gonna throw like 3 pick sixes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love that.
I need to be up like 25 points going into that game on Monday.
Dude, is it crazy? I have the Steelers defense on the Monday night, and I'm playing against Claypool and Deontay. Why do I expect the Steelers defense to outscore both those guys?
Good.
Woods or James Robinson? I'm actually gonna go with Woods here.
Yeah, I'll go with Woods there.
TD Clemson. There you go.
Yeah, I have the NFL game on right now.
I'd go with Goddard out of these options there, Carl. Goddard just Dickie Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Start one on PPR. Mike Davis versus Packers. Carson versus Washington. Dobbins versus Jacksonville. So in order, I'd rank them: Davis, Dobbins, Carson.
So, yeah, I agree with that.
Hopefully that helps.
Let's try and run through the questions here, and then we'll head off here and watch the game.
I'm gonna go with AB here, Charles.
Yep, I would go with AB as well.
Shane Falco or Uncle Rico. Man, if you're looking for a quarterback where you need to build the team around them, you need that leader to stick in and have a team galvanize around them, you got to go with Shane Falco.
Why did I think Shane Falco was the wife in The Sopranos? That's Eddie Falco, but I literally thought that's who he was talking about.
And if you're looking for you have a Super Bowl ready team, you got like freaking Bill Belichick as the coach, like the freaking Chiefs roster, and you can just add that superstar flashy playmaker, you go with Uncle Rico. But if you have to build a team around somebody, you go with Shane Falco. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
James Nagy. I thought that said Jim Nagy for a second. Need one. Tannehill, Big Ben, or Hurts. I go with Tannehill there.
No, I don't think Corey Davis is going to have 5 points again.
Yeah, he'll be fine in my opinion. Okay, thank God. Yeah, you should be fine.
I mean, Denver didn't do that bad. Like 11 points isn't terrible.
Yeah, disappointing, but I feel that. Yeah, I'm
so
excited.
I have
Steelers. Okay, so I picked this. It was a 15-round draft, right? And I didn't have any round 14 picks. So the round 13 pick I had was my second last pick, and I'm like, okay, I can either just get a random flex here, or I can take the best defense on the board. So I'm like, fuck it. The guy I want at the end of my bench is probably going to be available around 15 anyways. So I just took the Steelers defense, and they've literally been like the one early defense you can rely upon in basically every single game. So I'm happy with that pick.
True.
Sup, guys? Sup, Mac? Nice seeing him back in the chat.
He gets in here at the nick of time. So, Mac, if you have any questions, get him in now because we're going to be heading out of here in a couple seconds here.
For sure. Yeah. Any last second questions?
We will be live tomorrow if you guys still have questions then. So
for sure. If you guys have any questions that haven't been answered, again, we've been live for 1 hour 10 thus far. If you guys have any questions tomorrow, we'll be live again tomorrow morning. So, that being said, we'll give it probably one more minute, and if you guys have any more questions, we'll quickly get into it. If not, we'll close this up. But did Ian Book do something stupid? Because somebody
I don't have the Clemson game up right now. I'm watching the NFL game.
Sure.
Once we get off here, I'm going to put the Clemson game on my monitor. But I want to watch Kyle Trask be shown up by Mac Jones tonight too.
Yeah, just looking at your lineup right now, I do think you should be fine here. Spicy Hot, by the way, the next gen.
Okay, so Spicy Hot said, "See you tomorrow. Don't worry, Danny. I won't blow up your DMs."
You're good, bro. Send whatever you need to, man.
Yeah,
I like the interaction. That's when my real questions are coming after seeing what I need after these 2 games. For sure, we're expecting you, Jared. Don't miss. You gotta be first comment. That's the expectation. See a Bush. Oh, okay. Nah, thanks.
That's rude.
Keep that same energy. Yeah, keep that same energy, Tyler. Good Dobbins here. Dobbins, Carlos. Need to Robbie, Juju, Landry, or Chark. So I would go with Robbie for sure, and
I'll go with Robbie and Juju there.
Yeah, same. See you guys. See you, Cesar. Love you guys. Love you, Manu. James Nagy back. I need 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Wow. Okay.
Cook and Aaron Jones are definitely your 2 running backs, and I think your flex.
I'm taking Taylor over Jones.
I'm taking the top 3. You flex one, so I'm taking Cook, Jones, and Taylor as my things there, and I would go with the 2 Ole Miss receivers as my receivers.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is Javon isn't here. Love you. See you. Bye. For sure. You're wishing too much Kamara point.
Yeah, I need you too, so I'm wishing them also.
45
bomb for Alvin Kamara. Happy Alvin Kamara day to you guys tomorrow.
There you go. If you have Alvin Kamara, congrats on the championship appearance.
Except if you're me, who have to play DeAndre Hopkins going up against no Darius Slay's Philadelphia secondary and freaking Tyreek against the Saints. And oh my God, it's going to be brutal. I'm going to lose. Kamara's going to be 45 and I'm going to lose. Watch.
Yeah, it could happen to me too because I play Tyreek and Dalvin. So
I played Tyreek, Dalvin, Hopkins, and Adams, dude.
Damn. Yeah, I'm playing Tyreek, Dalvin, Montgomery, who's got like
and Sanders.
But yeah,
and
what happens. No, stop, Tyler. No, he's
not going to match. No, he's not.
No, I'll give him 4 for 52. I already told you that. Take it or leave it.
52 is great for Tyreek Hill. That's a Tyreek Hill stat line.
Perfect.
All right. Peace out, guys.
See you guys tomorrow.